What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you want up to 30 free stocks, Mumu is going to give you up to 30 free stocks when you open a new Mumu brokerage account. You put $100 in that brokerage account, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. You put $2,000 in your new brokerage account, they're going to give you 30 free stocks. Now, this is a limited time offer. It will be over by March 31st. So you got less than 2 weeks to get down in the description box, click on the Mumu link, open up the Mumu account, put you some money in there. Matter of fact, put your $2,000 in there and get you up to 30 free stocks. And then you're gonna be in position, guys. What I'm about to share with you right now from Tom Lee, you're gonna wanna be in position. That's if you wanna build wealth using paper assets. So get yourself down in that description box, click on that Mumu link, ASAP Rocky. That means right now. And sign yourself up. Put you some money in your brokerage account for you so you can qualify for the free stocks, and now you're in position. And then you're going to send me an email through my website, www.richardfane.net. Second link down in the description box. Let me know you've opened that Mumu account. Let me know you have funded it. And I'm going to send you 2 Mumu tutorial videos to walk you through how to use the brokerage app. Guys, April 2nd is coming very, very rapidly. You want to be in position prior to April 2nd, and those Mumu tutorial videos will help you do that. So send me an email through my website. Richard, I opened my Mumu account. I funded it. I want to get myself in position so that I can take advantage of one of the greatest opportunities in wealth transfer history that's going to be happening around April 2nd, guys. Now, again, there are no guarantees, but history, man, just look at history. What does history say about downturns in the stock market? What does history say? Don't worry about what I say. What does history say about corrections, bear markets, market collapses? What happens after that? Every single time for over 100 years. It's very predictable. The question is, when do you get in? That's the question, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So Tom Lee, very well respected in the finance game, guys, right? Co-founder, head of research at Fundstrat Global Advisors. 25, 30 years in the game, knows his stuff. Frequently, he's on CNBC and other major financial networks giving his opinion, his experience, his expertise about the stock market, what's happening. So he's been getting a lot of work over these last couple of weeks. And one of the things he said that I found extremely interesting, he said he believes the bottom will be somewhere around April 2nd or sooner. The bottom, what do I mean by the bottom? The sell-off, right? Here's why. Why is April 2nd such an important date? Because that's when 47 is supposed to roll out the full force of these tariffs on our trading partners, Mexico, Canada, China, and whoever else we done throw it in the bucket. That's when you're supposed to roll out the full brunt of these tariffs. So somewhere around April 2nd, Tom Lee, and I'm paraphrasing, you guys go out and do your own homework, the bottom should be there, somewhere there. What happens once we reach the bottom, guys? What does history tell us about the bottom? When we reach a bottom, only place to go is up. Once you reach the bottom, you can't go no further. You can only go up from the bottom. So if April 2nd, potentially, there's no guarantees, But potentially, we're tying the bottom into what? When 47 is rolling out the full weight of these tariffs. Potentially, that could be our bottom. History tells us what about the bottom? There's only one way to go from the bottom, guys, is up. So my job as an investor is to be buying this dip. I like another phrase that I'm hearing people say, buy the fear. I love that. See, fear plus uncertainty equals wealth if you know what you're doing and you got your logical thinking cap on and you're not emotional. That's another thing Tom Lee said, put aside your emotions, guys. If you really want to build wealth, put aside the emotion and look at the history of the stock market. When you get to the bottom, there's only one way to go, up. He also said he believes the market is oversold. But not just him. There are many out there believe the market is oversold. Why is it oversold? Because of uncertainty and fear. See, when you look at the fear gauge, the fear and the greed gauge, we're past fear. We're on the downside of fear and uncertainty. See, when fear and uncertainty set in, what does that mean? Chaos. See, people can get rich, guys, in chaos if you know what you're doing. If you put your logical thinking cap on and you say to yourself, 100-year history of the stock market, 120-year history of the stock market. Name one time we've had a correction, a bear market, or a total collapse, and we didn't come back stronger. Give me one time. I got time. Somebody drop one time in 120 years that we've had a correction, a bear market, or a total collapse that we didn't come back stronger and better. Let me give you one time when we came back stronger and better. You guys remember March and April of 2020 when the pandemic hit us? Market sold off 35-40% within a matter of weeks. Guess what happened within 57 days of that collapse? All-time highs. Now, I'm not saying we're going to have all-time highs in 2025. What I am telling you is at the bottom, guys, there's nowhere to go but up. So if I got my logical thinking cap on, guess what I'm doing? I'm buying the dip. Here's the deal, though. I don't just take every bit of money I have and just throw it all in at one time. I don't do that. Tom Lee doesn't recommend that you do that either. And again, guys, I'm giving you my interpretation of what I heard him say. If you don't agree with that, you go listen to him, go look him up, go listen to him, and you got your own interpretation. My interpretation is, hey man, listen, look at history. History tells us when we get to the dip, when we get to the bottom, there's nowhere up, a place to go but up. That's what history gives us, guys. That's not Richard Fain telling you that. This is history. This is 120 years of history. So if you're somebody here wanting to build wealth, what should you be doing? What should you be doing if you want to build wealth using paper assets? Number one, put your logical thinking cap on. Number two, get your financial house in order. Get your financial house in order. How do you do that? Well, you better look at what? If you're living on less than what you make, do you have a plan in place, a budget? Are you staying out of consumer debt? And are you in a position to save and invest? Those are the four things you need to do to get your house in order. Right? So that's number one, get your house in order. Number two, you better have a brokerage account. Like I told you, get down to the description box, try Mumu out. They're going to give you up to 30 free stocks. That's what I use. You don't got to use that, but that's what I use. And if you want to rock with me and you want to get some tutorial videos to help you learn how to use this thing so you can take advantage of what's getting ready to happen here, send me an email through my website. I'd be more than happy to send that out to you. Right? So number one, financial house in order. Number two, brokerage account. Number three, put some money in the brokerage account, right? Number four, have a strategy to be able to buy paper assets, right? Have a strategy. In my Wealth Builders financial community, we have a strategy. We call it the 50-30-20 Wealth Transfer Blueprint. That's where we take a certain amount of money every single month, market up, down, sideways, and we put it in what? big boy blue chip paper assets to build wealth long term. We also have a second strategy we use called a short-term investment strategy, where we take advantage of the ebbs and flows of the stock market on a daily basis in what we call guerrilla stocks. Today, executed 2 of those guerrilla stocks and made me about 7 grand in FCF. Just easy money. Why? Because I understand what's going on right now. And all I'm trying to do is catch me an ebb and a flow, and I'm out. Entry and an exit. Got in SoundHound, and I got in, what was my second one? It was SoundHound, APLD. Those are the 2 that I got in today. This morning, of course, using the 10 a.m. rule, like I always do, using the 10 a.m. rule. Why do I use the 10 a.m. rule? Because historically speaking, statistically speaking, the first 30 minutes of the stock market are the most volatile. I'm not an expert. I don't need to be in all that volatility in the beginning of the stock market. So I wait. I let that 30 minutes pass by, where history says that's the most volatile time, the first 30 minutes. And then at 10 a.m., I start looking for my FCF. I already have my little guerrilla stocks who I want to look at. I had 5 of them this morning. I took 2, APLD and Sound. Applied Digital and Sound. Pulled me about 7K. Now I'm ready to do it again tomorrow, right? And here's the nice thing about it. I'm also buying FTEC, SPLG, and the Magnificent 7 in the long-term portfolio. Why? Taking advantage of this dip. And if the dip keep dipping, guess what I'm gonna keep doing? I'm gonna keep dipping with the dip, because history tells me at some point, this thing gotta go back up. It has for 120 years. I just go with the statistics. That's what Tom Lee is saying. Go with the statistics, people. Buy the fear. See, buy the fear. What does Warren Buffett say? Another billionaire. Matter of fact, he got over 100 billion. One of the greatest investors of our lifetime. What does he say? What does Warren Buffett say about times like this right now? What does he say? Be fearful when others are greedy, but be greedy when others are fearful. Right now, you got the highest fear level we've had in 2 years, since 2022. Right now, in almost 3 years. Right now is the highest fear level and the highest level of uncertainty, guys, we've had in over 2 years. Perfect opportunity for somebody who, with their logical thinking cap on, to get in position and systematically start buying great companies at a discount, and then be prepared to hold them, right? Be prepared to hold them, because at some point, history says they got to go back up. See, the market's oversold, guys. These big institutional investors, these hedge funds, these billionaires, they freaked out. Rightfully so. 47 is a little bit unpredictable with this tariff stuff. Nobody knows exactly what is happening, but people are starting to get a better picture of what's happening. They're starting to find out, okay, we see what's happening now, right? Bark is worse than the bite. A lot of people are saying, but bark is worse than the bite. So what they're saying is, okay, we're going to let him say everything he want to say, but we know at the end of the day, we got a lot to lose, just like our trading partners have a lot to lose. Now, don't get me wrong. Our trading partners, their economies are worse than ours. Canada, Mexico, we got the best economy in the world. So we do have the upper hand in these negotiations. And I think that's what 47 knows. He knows we got the best economy in the world. Now, some of y'all may argue that right now, rightfully so. But really, when you look at it, America has the best economy in the world. Our economy is better than Mexico's economy. Our economy is better than Canada's. And our economy is better than China's. India, all the rest of these countries. We got the best economy. Our economy is better than any economy in Europe. We got the best economy. So really, we have the upper hand here. The question is, will we play the upper hand the right way? We have the winning hand. We just have to go ahead and execute and win, which I hope we will do. But nevertheless, by April 2nd, the full weight of those tariffs are supposed to be executed, enacted, begin, whatever you want to call it. Tom Lee believes that will coincide potentially with the bottom. So that gives us what? Less than 17 days to get in position. So what I'm going to do is get the money lined up, and I'm going to keep buying the dip. I'm going to keep working the short-term strategy every day to pick up me a little FCF, taking advantage of the ebbs and flows. Like today, SoundHound, it got itself up to, let me show you what, this is what I mean by the ebbs and flows, guys. This is what I do every day in this short-term investment strategy. I just want to walk you through exactly how I make money every single day in the stock market using this short-term investment strategy. So if we take a look at SoundHound, and I'm going to give you my entry and I'm going to give you my exit. So therefore, you know exactly how I made money today. So if I look at SoundHound, the high for the stock price today was $10.52. I believe that's right. Yeah. $10.52 was the high. The low was $9.81. That's the low. So I came in around $9.94. And I exited around $10.40. So that little 45 cents, of course, I'm investing a good little chunk of change now, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, here's what matters. I bought low, I sold high. That's what matters. Doesn't matter how much money you're putting in there. Whatever you can afford, that's what you do. I can afford to put in what I can afford to put in because I understand what I'm trying to get accomplished. Buy low, sell high. That's all I got to do. I don't care if I make 1 penny. I bought low and I sold high. In today's market, today with SoundHound, I made about $3,500, almost $4,000 just on that little trade. Okay, so I moved on. My second trade of the day, I moved on, and I did the same thing with Applied Digital Corp. Applied Digital Corp got itself up to a high of $7.45, a low of $6.98. See, there's my spread. My spread is the low between the low and the high. Right? That's my spread. So what do? I wait for 10 a.m. rule, let the volatility work itself out. 10 a.m. rule, 10:01 a.m., I start looking. By that time, these little gorilla stocks will already have hit a high, right? By 10 a.m., they've already hit a high. They've already either peaked or they trough, right? Peak, trough, right? So either way, there's a low by 10 o'clock and there's a high by 10 o'clock. So now I got a gauge. So by that time, I have a gauge. My gauge has already been set in the first 30 minutes. Okay, in the first 30 minutes, this was the high. First 30 minutes, this was the low. Now I know what I'm working with for the rest of the day. My goal is buy as low as I can, get as close as I can to that low it hit in the first 30 minutes. That doesn't mean it won't go lower, guys. That's why there's risk involved in what I do. There's no guarantee it won't go lower, but I got to have something to gauge in order to do this every day. Have to have the logical thinking cap on. And I said to myself, there's a lot of fear still here. There's a lot of uncertainty. This stock is not going to go to the moon today. And I'm not looking for it to go to the moon. What I'm looking for is 30, 40, 50, a dollar, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 cents to a dollar in upside. And then I'm getting out. Make my little FCA. Don't overstay my welcome. The bottom ain't here yet. We may still have some rough road. So I'm not going all in on these things and hold it. No, because I don't believe we're there yet. We're getting there. By April 2nd, I think we will be there. April 2nd is going to be a compromise on tariffs that everybody's going to love and the market's going to go crazy. Or it's going to be a total disaster and everything going to crash. I'm going to wait and I'll be ready for whichever one that happens, right? I'll know. We'll know. I'm going to be paying attention. I'm going to be locked in and we'll know. That's what the market's waiting on. So that's what I did today with FCF. I took those two gorilla stocks, waited till 10 a.m. Eastern time, where the market had already, or the stock had already established a high and a low. That doesn't mean it won't go higher. That doesn't mean it won't go lower. But that's a good basis for me to start with my entry and my exit. And that's what I did. And on APLD, I entered at $7.08, $7.08. I guess that's it, 7.08. And I got out around 740, what was it? 742, 743, something like that. I got out. Made me another 3 or 4 grand. So I probably made about 8 grand. I haven't totaled it all up, but about 8 grand today. Yeah, about 8 grand today, which is nice for me, guys. It's 8 grand. And guess what I do tomorrow? I do the same thing. Guess what I do on Wednesday? I do the same thing. Guess what I do on Thursday? I do the same thing. Guess what I do on Friday? I do the same thing. Even in a volatile, violent market like it is. See, it wasn't like that in January and February. It was easy money in January and February. I was making a ton of money. I made a ton of money because it was easy. Now it ain't easy. So I can't do the same thing I did in January and February. I may lose it all. So I can't go all in now because it's not predictable anymore. So what do? I pull back and I invest a smaller amount of money. I get a smaller return, but I'm okay with that. I ain't going all in right now because it's too volatile and I'm not finna lose all my money. So what do? I wait, I invest a smaller amount, grab me a little bit of cash flow, jump out, and at some point in the future, it'll be predictable again. Right now, it's not predictable. The key though is just like Tom Lee said, you gotta put yourself in position. You gotta have your logical thinking cap on. You gotta be ready to go. Logical thinking cap on. Got to be living the 4 financial principles. You got to have a brokerage account. Obviously, you guys know I recommend Mumu. First link down in the description box. Get you some free stocks. Got to have some money. Got to have cash. Got to have some money, right? Got to have some money. Got to have some money. And then 5, you got to execute. You got to have a plan to execute. If you do those things, you'll get ready. Now, April 2nd is coming. Like I said, less than 17 days. A lot of people believe that's the bottom. Now, nobody can really predict the bottom, but most people are saying that's when the tariffs will fully kick in, or we're going to come to a negotiated deal that everybody can live with. See, that's the best case scenario right there. We come to a resolution, everybody involved, all the countries involved can live with. Now, of course, America going to come out on top because we got the best economy. They got more to lose than us. So look for America to have the best end of the straw. We're going to have we're going to have the best end of the deal. But what else you going to do, right? So my thing is continue to dollar cost average in, right? If we have another March 10th, March 11th, where everything just collapses, I got cash on the sideline ready to buy, right? Today we had a little bit, we had a slight continuation of Friday, March 14th. Where we rallied a little bit. Today wasn't a real rally, wasn't a real sell-off. It was just in the middle. But I still made money. Even with a lukewarm day like this, with the gorilla stocks, I made a little bit of money. And if I multiply that over 5 days, that's good money, man. That's good money. Anybody that I know and in the world I live in would love to have that type of free cash flow on a daily basis, right? I'm just a regular guy, just like you. You know, regular guy, just trying to figure out a way to take advantage of this opportunity here in America that we have called free enterprise, free markets, right? Now, don't get me wrong, these markets are manipulated. That's why you got to know the rules to the game, because the market is manipulated, right? The 1% control the free market. They control everything. So you got to know the game. You got to know the rules to the game in order to be admitted to the game. And then you got to pay attention, put your logical thinking cap on, learn, take it baby steps, and then get better at it. One way you can get better at it is joining the Wealth Builders, my financial community on Patreon. We got over 1,900 wealth builders. And all we do in that community is help each other build wealth. None of us are experts. We don't try to tell you what to do, but I guarantee you, if you go over there to that community chat during market hours, people over there helping each other. Here's what's working, guys. Here's what's not working. Here's a tip. Here's a nugget. Here's a best practice. Here's what I just made FCF on. This thing is skyrocketing. Here's an article why this company is doing. All of that's there, guys, in the community chat on my Wealth Builder Financial Community on Patreon. It's all there. They're there helping one another. When you got over 1,900 people helping one another, this is where the secret sauce is. And then, of course, I'm in there doing my little bit with my experience, dropping nuggets too. All of us working together to do what? Help one another get to wealth. None of us are experts, like I said, but goodness gracious, man, when you got 1,900 people and you got people that are winning, even in this market, I guarantee you, we got people in there winning today on FCF, winning on long-term investing, where they're saying, my goodness, I picked up Nvidia the other week at 106 a share. Let me give you one more thing that Tom Lee said. Oh, by the way, if you want to join the Wealth Builders, second link down in the description box is my website link, www.richardfain.net. Click on that website link. It'll take you over to Patreon. No. Click on the website link. It's going to take you to the website. Inside of the website, there's a membership button or a join button. Click on it. It'll take you over to Patreon. Sign up. Get yourself out of the matrix, guys. Get yourself over here in the Wealth Builders, and we want to help you win, right? So here we go. Let me give you guys some stocks that I believe, now this is my opinion, by listening to Tom Lee over the last several months, mention companies. This is not verbatim 100% what he's doing. I'm just telling you what my opinion is based on what he said. If he were to be looking at companies to invest in, here are 4 companies that I believe Tom Lee is excited about. Here are 4 companies that I'm excited about. Number 1, Sofi. He talks about Sofi quite a bit. Let me just give y'all a little bit of Sofi and what they have done from a historical standpoint as a company. Because see, some of y'all don't know who this company is, and y'all got to go out and do your research. But here are their Q4 financial report. Here's their Q4 earnings report. They did year over year 20.54% increase in revenue year over year. Net income. Here's where the rubber meets the road, guys. See, this is what y'all need to be looking at, not looking at the headlines. See, these headlines are going to confuse you. You better go look at these companies' financials and see how strong they are. And understand this is not business performance issues here. This is market behavior tricking you. There's nothing wrong with Sofi. Look at Sofi, 20.54% year over year growth, December to December, 20% growth from from 2023 to 2024, year over year growth, 20.54%. Net income. This is where making money. Net income, year over year, guys, 593.91%. That's the year over year net income. That's profit. Anything wrong with this company? No. This is market manipulation. This is market behavior. EPS, 900% year over year growth in EPS. Net profit margin, 475.82% year over year. That's Sofi. Why wouldn't you want to, man, y'all better, I'm going to tell you something, guys. Y'all better tighten up and put your logical thinking cap on. Please put your logical thinking cap on. All right, let me give you the next one because he got 4 of them. That was Sofi. Just wanted to read y'all off the numbers. So nobody wouldn't think I'm around here grandstanding. I'm telling y'all guys, these are the numbers that this company did year over year. Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia. No. We're going to save Nvidia. We're going to save Nvidia. Let's go on to Tesla. Y'all do know most people have Tesla right now at an average stock price of about $375 a share. The highest is around $450 a share, which they've already attained that anyways. Now they're down to what? What's Tesla trading at right now? What's Tesla trading at right now? $238 a share. Less than what, 2 months ago, they were trading around $200 a share higher than this. What changed in the company? Nothing. Guess what also just happened? 47 just gonna deregulate all the stuff. So robo-taxi and all this stuff Tesla's been working on and getting bogged down by the government and couldn't get through. 47 gonna put all that down and let them right on through with the robo-taxis and all that stuff. So y'all already seen him with, you already know Elon is part of the government. He run Doge. He and 47 are buddies, right? You got 47 in photo ops with him driving Teslas. Listen, man, I'm telling y'all, Tom Lee big on Tesla, man. I'm telling you, y'all ain't seen nothing. 238 right now for Tesla, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, not financial advice. With everything I know, see, Elon is unpopular right now, but y'all know how we are in America. That'll change overnight. Lickety split, they love it. Soon as the economy get better, they're gonna forget all this crap he did with Doge. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. As soon as the economy turns around, as soon as the stock market turns around, Doge what? Who run Doge? I don't know nothing about no Doge. You watch. You watch how fast Elon's company will go back up to $400 or $500 a share as soon as the economy straightens up. I'm telling you, y'all know I'm telling the truth. We got a memory as short as a gnat. Our memory is real short. As soon as good times come back, as soon as this tariff stuff is behind us, as soon as the stock market starts moving again and money starts flowing down to the 99%. See, the problem right now is ain't no money flowing to the 99%, so we mad. I'm mad. I ain't buying no Tesla no more. Okay, you ain't gonna buy it today. But soon as they turn back on the spigot for the 99% to get some wealth, y'all gonna forget about that and go buy some Teslas again. And the stock price gonna go back up to $400, $500 a share. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, that's what Tom Lee is saying. See, all the deregulation for robo-taxi and all that other stuff Elon trying to do that he couldn't get passed through the Biden administration, all that's gonna go. They're gonna pass it all. 47, they're gonna pass it all. They're gonna let him do robo-taxi, they're gonna let him do whatever he wanna do. So as soon as the economy turn around, as soon as the stock market turn around, we're gonna forget all about Doge and all these people that lost their job. Because why? The 1% gonna turn the spigot on and let us get a little bit of wealth. Let a little wealth run down to us. Right now they got the wealth turned off, so y'all mad. Everybody mad now because the wealth turned off. The wealth is turned off. As soon as they turn the spigot back on and let y'all get a little bit of that wealth, y'all gonna forget all about Doge and all this stuff Elon did. Stock price gonna go back up to $400 a share, $500 a share. So Tom Lee big on Tesla. Who else is he big on? Palantir. Palantir. See, Palantir still is a great company. Let me go look at the numbers for y'all. So that way y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And y'all know ain't over here just grandstanding. Let me go look at the numbers on Palantir. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. So revenue for Palantir was what? The revenue was 6.65% better than it was for the quarter, but year over year, 36% better. And then EPS was, for the quarter, 23.72%. Now, again, this is a company, guys, that's growing. So it's not super profitable yet, but it's growing. It has all these government contracts, Department of Defense, intelligence community, intelligence agencies in America, plus now got all these private companies that it's doing work with the software that they produce, right? So all I'm telling you is Palantir is a company that's going to keep growing. It's going to keep growing. Tom Lee likes Palantir. I like Palantir. It's certainly not a mature company yet. It's certainly not a Nvidia. It's certainly not a monster company yet, but it's on its way. You're talking about a company last year this time, guys, was trading at $7 a share, by the way. Last year, this time, this company was trading at $7 a share. Today, it's at $87 a share. It has gotten as high as like $125 a share. Talking about a company that was trading at $7 a share 1 year ago. 1 year ago. 1 year ago. Just saying. So listen, think about some of these companies that there will be potential opportunities for. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. Potential. Now you got the 900-pound gorilla, silverback gorilla, Nvidia. He's big on Nvidia as well. Why? Number one, AI semiconductor in the world. Tesla, number one what? EV company in the world. Sofi, probably number one online bank in the world. And then you got Palantir when it comes to that proprietary software for collecting data and analyzing data. Palantir is probably the best company in the world that does that. They take this large quantities of data, and guess what they do? They break it down and analyze it for their clients so that their clients can use that data to make decisions quickly. That's the software that Palantir does for the Department of Defense, the intelligence community, and for its private companies. See, these are all companies, guys, that are going to continue to do well, in my opinion. That's why I think Tom Lee likes them. This is just my little 2 cents. That didn't come directly from him. I'm just telling you, based on watching him and hearing him, these are the companies he's talked about. I just think there's upside to all of these companies. Because why? They're number one in their respective lanes. Y'all already know the 900-pound gorilla, silverback, number one in its lane by far. Just came off of fourth quarter revenue of $40 billion, 1 quarter. Blackwell sold out through 2026. That's right. The very best advanced AI chip in the world, Blackwell, is sold out through 2026. Guys, this is all market behavior is what I'm telling y'all. These companies ain't nothing wrong with them. That's why when this thing does hit the bottom, maybe April 2nd, guess what's going to happen since the market is oversold? And here's where you're going to, here's what you guys got to understand, guys, about this. Since you know this now, it's going to be too late, in my opinion, once the news starts saying that the bottom is here and we're going back up. It's too, in my opinion, you've missed most of the wealth. See, you got to buy the rumor and you sell on the news. The rumor right now is April 2nd. This is the rumor. And any well-heeled investment person on Wall Street will tell you, you buy the rumor, you sell the news. By the time it hit the news, wealth gone. Right? So all I'm saying is right now, it's a rumor. So you may want to consider a strategy around this rumor. The good news about the rumor is history says when it hits the bottom, it has nowhere but up. That's 120 years worth of truth. Whether you believe me or anybody else, that's 120 years of truth. The rumor is April 2nd. You got 17 days. Now, for you folks that are long-term, it doesn't really matter to you because you're dollar cost averaging in whether the market's up, down, sideways, right? So you're just in your long-term strategy. You ain't too much worried about it. You're going to be buying regardless, and that's good. That's the best way to be. Not trying to time the market, just be in the market. Love it. I have a long-term strategy, and that's what I do. I just deployed last week a big chunk of money into the DCA. I just do that every month. And this money I got over here on the sideline, I'm waiting on this catastrophic dip. Now, we got a little bit of it, but a lot of folks believe that ain't the end. Could be, but it may not be. So my job is to do what? Listen to the rumors and get in position. But the rumors by the right people. I like Tom Lee. I respect Tom Lee. Anytime he talks about April 2nd could be a potential bottom, could be a potential, the market is potentially oversold, could be a potential if there's some type of compromise on these tariffs everybody can live with. That's positive news. Could coincide with the bottom. 10 or 15% upside. You got people out there still believe that the S&P 500 will get to 6,700 points this year. S&P. And right now, we're about 1,000 points short of that. Get in where you fit in. If you want them 30 free stocks from Mumu, get yourself down in the description box. Click on that Mumu link. It's going to be over on March 31st, guys. 30 free stocks. Put your $2,000 in your new brokerage account. Then you can take that $2,000 and get ready to do what? Build wealth. Buy the dip, if that's what you want to do. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I'm just telling you what the history of the stock market says. Once we hit that bottom, ain't nowhere to go but up. The goal is to buy low, sell high. That's it. Pretty simple. Warren Buffett, when others are fearful, you be greedy. When others are greedy, be fearful. Right now, fear gauge is below fear. Fear and uncertainty. Terrible. That's the best time to buy. Buy the fear. Right? That's my new term. Buy the fear. Buy the fear, man. Buy the fear. Like I said, get down in the description box, click on the Mumu link, get the free stocks, get the free money. Send me an email, let me know you opened it. I'll send you some Mumu tutorial videos that'll walk you through how to use the Mumu brokerage app. Send that through my website, www.richardfain.net. Again, guys, come over to the website, click on that join button, that membership button. You want to be a part of the Wealth Builders. We're growing. But man, it's so much value. Tonight, we're going to be on a live stream just for the Wealth Builders where they can ask questions. 8 p.m. Eastern time, live stream through Patreon. Hey man, sign up today and be on that live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'd love to have you, man. We're going to get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 members, man, here in a minute. Why? Because people are tired of being by themselves in the matrix and being lied to and out here don't know what they're doing. They can't get nobody to help them. You're going to get your help you need inside of there, man. We got 1,900 people in there, man. And you got me in there, quarterbacking the whole thing. Every day in there, participating, helping, being helped. They help me just as much as I help them. I love it. You need to be a part of that. So hit that website link down below, second link, and come join us. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.